Woohoo! Woo, 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 woo. Hey, you guys out there, like Mom said, in virtual land, welcome to another episode. This is going to be an exciting episode
Yeah.
of
Yes.
Chilling with the Girls. Wow, wow, wow. We are talking about how we can impact the world. How can we impact the world? How
Yeah.
can you impact the world in a positive way? There are so many ways we can impact the world. So Mom, you want to say how we can impact the world? What are some
Oh,
ways we can impact the world?
so many ways. Our society, or in our school system, and government, on our jobs, uh, in our communities. We have a broad spectrum of ways we can impact the world positively. It's just so many things we can do. We want to just delve into what we can do. I know we pray about things, but there are times we put feet to our prayers. See what I'm
Yes,
Yeah.
saying? And
Yeah.
we
absolutely.
take gas to our prayers. So
Right.
we
Yeah.
make it happen by what we do. And it's so
Absolutely.
fulfilling. You're doing something so positive to have this world to look another way instead of being so negative with children. It's just millions of things we can do. So we
Yeah.
Mhm.
can
And
don't have to be idle.
and it's like we often think of change as something that happens externally, through policies, movements, innovations, churches, but it does affect change in that way.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
what if we most um, but what if the most significant transformation starts within us? Like
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
starts within us because we are the church anyway. So it's not even the building. So when everybody keeps saying the church, the church, the church, what are we doing as the church
Yeah.
individually?
Right.
Yes.
You know what that made me think of? There's
Yeah.
a song, The Man in the Mirror. I'm starting with the man in the
Oh.
mirror. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Start with us. Don't look for somebody else,
Yeah.
to make a difference. I'm talking to you out there in virtual land. Look
Yeah.
at yourself. What can you do to make a difference, to
Yeah.
impact the
Yeah.
world? If you just reach one person, that one person can reach another person, and that
Yeah.
person can reach another person.
Right.
Yeah.
So we've got to do something, something positive, you
And you
know.
know what? I think some people just disqualify themselves because they feel like they don't have a doctorate in this area or they're not
So true.
certified in this area, whatever. But we all have something to give. We can all help, somebody, even if it does start within ourselves, with our family, touching our
Yeah.
family, touching
Yeah.
our friends, and all of that. So you have something to give.
Hmm.
You can
And
do
then,
it. You can
right.
impact the world.
And then
If you are breathing, that means I'm able to talk.
that's right.
I'm able to
like
talk.
um like Mel was saying, you can start with your family. Teach your children, the
Yes.
importance of helping somebody. Teach
Yes.
your children, how to love on somebody, like absolutely
Yes.
within the family circle. We have gotten away from eating at the dining room table, and
Yeah.
we're using TV trays and watching TV while we're eating and stuff, and we've got away from the conversations, but hey, let's get back to devotion, having devotion at home,
Yes.
getting into your Bible, read some inspirational books. You know
Yes.
what
Yes.
I'm saying?
With your family.
And what you say, Tish?
I said with your family.
With your family,
Yeah.
absolutely. With your
Yeah.
children, read some inspirational books. Read
Yeah.
some books to your children with your children. You
Yeah.
can even start a book club with your children at
And,
home.
and
Yeah.
and you know
You
what
know
else? You can
what's
you can
that?
also teach them finances, like as
Yeah,
while they're young. So that will impact the world too. So they
Yes,
won't
it will.
when they grow up. So it's like cultivate your child at a
right.
young age. Teach them how to budget their money. Teach them,
Yes.
teach them how to be a gentleman. Teach them how to be a lady. Like all that kind of stuff that impacts the world.
Yeah.
You
Because
know,
if you know
ladies,
it's from your little house, when they go out, how are they going to be in society?
Yeah,
Mhm.
ladies, you'd be
yeah,
surprised what children love doing, and
hmm,
they love helping. They
yeah,
love
Yeah.
putting baskets together, and this is for our holiday baskets. And they will give them money. They are anxious to help, to
Yeah.
serve. Even back in the day, you all could go into prisons. They let the children go into the Jessup's every Wednesday evening singing,
That's
and
right.
they
We
were
went to the prison.
testifying, and the people loved it. And you
Yep.
weren't afraid of the inmates, and they were
Right.
and children. They love to be involved, and guess what? They help them with their attitudes.
They
Yep.
love to be
With their
involved.
discipline problems. That's
Mhm.
almost gone away because
it,
they're
it,
doing
it
something.
builds up their self-esteem because they know they can do stuff. And
Yeah.
then
Right.
praise your child. That's another thing within the family circle.
Mhm.
Praise your child if they even do something small. Oh man, that was so
Yeah.
great. I love the way you did that. Or you
Yeah.
look so nice. Compliment your child. A lot of children, they get a lot of negative stuff from their parents and not positive stuff. So it's
Mhm.
like it's time for us to turn the
Yeah.
chapter, turn the page, and start praising our children and start motivating them, and
Mhm.
encourage them, all that kind of stuff. And Tawanda, we
Yeah.
get to the parent and caregiver involvement. How can we
Oh wow.
impact the
Yeah.
world by that?
Yeah. You can.
Before we
The
go to that, I just
Okay.
wanted to say, I think the main thing is to be intentional.
Mm,
Be intentional,
yeah.
create a schedule. Don't just have it, fly by day, whatever, and say, okay,
Yeah.
I'm just going to do this. But have a schedule, like a
Mhm.
weekly schedule
Oh,
that
yeah.
I'm going to do this once a week. We're
Mhm.
coming together,
Yeah.
so that
Mhm.
your child or your family, they know what to expect, because we have
Yeah.
right.
busy schedules. We have busy schedules.
Exactly.
But if you
Um, uh,
set
mhm.
specific and
That's
dedicate time, put that time aside and say, okay, on
Mhm.
Wednesdays at 7 o'clock, we're going to do this.
Right.
So
Right.
they will know, going
Right.
forward, I
yeah.
can't put anything else on my schedule, at this time.
And
And
that's
you
what
right.
y'all did. That's what we did.
And
And Monday night was our rap sessions.
so
Right.
right,
Right.
I was going to say also, you're teaching them how to make schedules.
Uh-huh.
While you're doing that, you actually,
Mhm.
because our actions teach our children, whether it's negative or whether it's positive. So
Yep.
if they
Yeah.
see you having a schedule, putting it on the refrigerator, then when
Uh-huh.
they grow up, they're going to have a schedule in their refrigerator
Yeah.
for their children.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
We had
Most
And
the,
you
the
know
rap.
what?
likely they will.
Go ahead. The rap was
And
Monday, and Wednesday was the outreach at the prison. So we did have, and some Saturdays was the give out times on the streets. Remember? Yeah.
Yeah.
and we
Yes,
can have
ma'am.
like we can set schedule like for family time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We can have family game night, family trivia
Yes.
night. You know what I'm saying? We can have fun,
Yeah.
with our family while we are teaching them, and growing them up, because a lot of times those trivial cards and the trivia cards and games and stuff that actually teaches, your
Mhm.
Yeah.
children stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
some of the games you have to like take score that teach them how to
Mm-hmm.
add, teach them how, stuff
Mhm.
like that.
Yeah.
Monopoly, teach them how to count money and teach them,
Mhm.
different, get some educational stuff for your
Yes.
children. You know what I'm saying?
Education.
Some
Yes.
educational stuff. Don't let them play all those crazy video games all the time.
Yeah.
Take them away from
Give
them.
them times. Like you have 20 minutes, you're gonna read a book for 20 minutes tonight. You have so and
Yeah.
so many minutes on this video game. You have so and so minutes on the TV.
That's good.
Break it up,
And,
Yeah.
and I'm thinking
teach
when you
them
see this,
discipline.
when you see their skill set, you give them a toy that gears towards you. When you see them interested in something, you give them a game towards that,
Yes.
That's
and
good.
not a toy, a present, a gift towards that, and
Yeah.
that develops them. Sometimes it goes with them in their career,
Yeah.
and the parents got to really notice their children
That's true.
and not
Yeah.
say, "Get out of the room, I'm busy." No, let them get in your business.
Yeah.
Crack these string beans. Let them get in your business. Yeah, make this Kool-Aid, make this juice, make this punch. Stir
That's
this
good.
cake, whip the cake. Yeah, you involve them, and
Right.
they love to be around you.
That's
They
That's
love to
right.
wash their hands. They know how to do that. So yeah,
Absolutely.
and make
Don't
it
be
fun.
so
Parenting can be fun. You know that.
yes.
good.
And don't
Yeah.
be so selfish,
Um,
Oh man, I'm gonna tell on myself. I remember I was reading a book, and the book was so interesting. I just did not want to put the book down. I was like, oh man, this is so good. every waking moment I was reading that book, and I was neglecting my babies. Mom, oh, wait a minute, I'm coming. But I was reading that book. Don't neglect your babies. Don't neglect your children. Don't be selfish. Like mom said, do stuff with your children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about, children nowadays, they are so ingenious. They're just so intelligent. I was thinking about my grandbaby. I'm sorry. I'm just bringing it
That's
back, putting
okay.
it on me, putting the light on.
Yes,
I was thinking
absolutely.
about my grandbaby. So I had this little toy box with all these shapes and stuff
Mm-hmm.
on it. And so she was supposed to find like the square,
Oh, yeah.
on the thing, or like the block, the cube block, whatever,
Right.
and put the square inside that, the right shape where the
Right.
square goes in, or the
Right.
the
Mhm.
star or triangle and all that kind of stuff. So she was trying to do it. She was trying to figure it out, whatever, and she couldn't get it. So my grandbaby opened the whole thing. She just took the top off and she put all the pieces in. She put all the pieces inside.
Forget this foolishness.
Yes, yes. She said there's more than one way to skin a cat. So she put all those pieces in there.
That's a message. That's really good. That's really good.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
So
get them
they're
in there.
different. They're different
Yes, right,
nowadays.
right,
And you have to cater
right.
to their wisdom and their intelligence, because it's not the same intelligence level as when we were younger.
And
Exactly.
now that's like not giving up, not giving
Yes.
up because you can't get them in there. Oh, I'm not giving up. They get me in
Yeah.
there some kind of
And
way.
something
Oh,
else, we don't say you're wrong. That's not right. No, that's they're right. No,
Yes.
uh-uh.
That's innovation. That was
Yes.
very
You're
innovative.
wrong. No, don't say
Okay,
you're
Yes.
wrong.
Armando, what
another
about
way.
you were talking about parent caregiving involvement?
Yes. So, oh man, it all boils down to not being selfish. Go
Mm.
pick up somebody's children. Take
Mm.
them somewhere.
Help
Wow.
me, Lord Jesus.
Give that parent a break.
Mm.
I get so emotional because my husband and he loves to do stuff like that. Pick up people's children and take them bowling. Pick up their children and take them to the aquarium. Take them, on trips and stuff. Give their parents a break.
That's
Wow.
good.
Take them to the park. You might not have to spend money. Take them to the park. Spend time. With them. Bring them to your house. Just spend time with somebody
Yeah.
else's children. And then
Yeah.
pour into them while you have them.
That's good.
And then like pick their brain. Like they might be upset about something at home. Don't get too nosy in their business, but they might be upset and don't know how to handle something at home. Then you give them a way, to do it. But don't get into that business. When they start telling you that business, nope, that's your
Yeah.
family secret. I don't want to know your
Yeah.
family secret.
Yeah.
That's what I told one little girl. Nope, that's your family secrets. Don't tell
That's
anybody
good.
your family secrets.
Yeah.
But if they are having an issue with something, help them out, with that issue.
But can
and
I?
And how
go
does
ahead,
that
Mom.
impact the world by taking them out?
Because you are helping their parents.
Right.
Their parents might be going under stress and
Yep.
they might need to do some stuff and can't take the children with them.
Right.
That's the same thing about the caregivers. I volunteered for a respite care relief, a caregiver relief. And a
Mm.
lot of times you guys don't realize people who are, caregivers, they can go under stress. I mean, a whole lot of
Yeah.
stress, and
Yeah.
they go through physical and emotional strain, and that results in continuous care resulting in like you keep caring for this other person and you're going through all of this stuff because you're caring for the other person.
Yeah.
And so when this stress is prolonged, it causes serious physical and mental problems, for the
Wow.
caregiver,
Yeah.
because they can have like headaches and the body aches and they're feeling tired. Do you know they can actually have rapid weight gain or rapid weight loss?
Wow.
Mm.
Can I?
You
When
talking
they
about the
go
caregiver as far as
the
the parent?
caregiver, the
And
caregiver that's caring for they can be caring for a parent, they can be caring for somebody You know,
Oh,
I'm talking about the
older person, whatever.
exactly,
Okay.
exactly. So we
Well,
Yeah.
kind of switch gears. We switch
Yeah.
gears from the children and the parents to taking relieving a caregiver.
you
Yeah.
know what I've heard,
Right.
Huh,
and
So
I've had
that's
experience
good.
with that, but I also heard that the caregiver can go into demise more rapidly than the ones they're taking care of. Sometimes
wow.
they
Yeah.
leave. And one particular lady was on my mind, and I
Hmm.
called her. I said, "I'm gonna just relieve you and take and keep spend a day with your mother. She's been
Wow,
there for
Ma, you're
months and
so
Good.
months and
good.
months." She
You're
That's
said,
so
so
good.
good.
"She said I
So good.
just said she just was praying. Send somebody to relieve me."
Mm,
Wow.
mm,
So I
mm.
say, "Well, you put on your calendar, give me a day to do it." But now I'm little, and so I had to pray because
Yeah.
she was strictly bedridden,
Yeah.
Mm.
bedridden. When the time came for me to take care of her personal needs, I prayed. And the Lord showed me just how to like roll her over like and flop her
Okay.
down in her
Wow.
wheelchair and roll it to, and then you can't have a weak stomach, weak attitude. Because I'm
Yeah.
not a nurse. I don't like doing stuff like that with blood and stuff like ooh.
Yeah.
But you know what? God will help you to
That's really good.
God would help you to
Yeah.
do it.
Because
He
that's
will.
And that
Absolutely.
girl spent all
Yeah.
day shopping and bought
Yes.
groceries, stuff she couldn't do. She
Yeah.
was
Yes.
so grateful. And
Yes.
God gave me strength to put her back in the bed. And she
wow.
Wow.
was a
Wow.
big
Wow.
woman. Oh, and
Yeah.
but God did it. He will give
Yeah.
you strength to
Yeah.
do it.
Right. That's what
That's
I
I
did.
forgot what I was going to say. Go ahead. Go
that
ahead.
That's
was
what I
that was
did.
oh,
Go ahead, Mel.
I was just thinking that's so good because some people that are, bedridden or, older seniors, they just want attention.
Yeah.
They want company
Hmm.
from somebody else. And even if
Hmm.
you just sit down and read a book to, read a
Yeah.
story to them, whatever, or, just sit there and spend time and just talk with them. And you don't
Yeah.
have to be there all day long. You can do,
You don't.
an hour or two
That's right.
hours, or, something like that. And
Exactly
that's
right.
impactful.
Yes, it is.
That makes a
So
Absolutely.
huge impact,
it does.
all
Right.
around.
I
You
was
know
going
what,
to
Mel?
ask. I was going to ask Virtualand because we had people on here like from
Hmm.
I'm just looking through have some people on YouTube, and I
Okay.
just want them to
Okay.
comment on how they feel like they can impact the
Yeah.
world. How do you impact the
Yeah.
world? We
Yeah.
would love to have this comment. It's like a open conversation
Yeah.
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 because and it's a selfless thing to
Yeah.
impact
Yes.
Yeah.
the world
It
is
is.
very
Absolutely.
selfless because you got to get out of yourself. You can't think about yourself and what you're going through and all that kind of
Mhm.
stuff, yeah.
Mhm.
So how do we impact the world? Let's talk about the social media platforms now.
Oh, now that's good because this is a new age,
Yeah.
new things, because people like, well, I'm not going outside because of COVID and stuff. People still wearing their masks. They are.
Hmm.
Mhm.
But there are things out there for you to do to be impactful. First of all, on social media, you should always, 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 always leave something positive. If you gotta put
Yes.
something on social media, try to be positive.
Yes.
Please, I
Yes.
beg of you, put something out that's going to build somebody up and
Yes.
not tear down. We
Yes.
get that from our jobs. Sometimes we get it from our homes, our households, whatever. And social media for some people is like an out.
Mhm.
It's like a relief.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
people pick up their phones and want to find some inspiration or
Mhm.
affirmations or something. Now, send something positive.
Yes.
Please,
Absolutely.
please encourage somebody. Don't just
Yes.
put emojis either, because I do put emojis because I try to go real fast, whatever. But you could just put emojis, and sometimes they don't mean a lot. But if you writing something from your heart,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
it leaves a greater impact, I believe.
Yeah,
I believe it leaves a greater impact.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
I was also thinking about stop reposting negative stuff too. Like a lot of
Yes.
people out there, they're gossiping and all that kind of stuff. And then we got Patrice Johnson. Thank you. Hey, Patrice. She said
Hey,
that's the truth.
Patrice.
And they just, it's a lot of stuff going on out there on the news and social media and all that kind of stuff. And then it's reposted everywhere because I hate that it's terrible. Not that I hate to say it.
Yeah.
It's so terrible that people
Yeah.
love negative stuff and bad news before they will share good news.
Right,
They rather
right.
share negative news and bad news. And it's
Mhm.
like, and stop because people, hey, because people have lives. And I was thinking about the people out there, in the industry and the music industry and Hollywood.
Yeah.
They have lives, they have families. And so
Mhm.
Yeah.
how would you like if your family member went through something and somebody posted you and put you all over social media and was talking negative about you and all that kind of, you would feel bad. And so that's
Yeah.
why, Mom, I'm going to the Bible, Mom. Give me some kudos. Do unto others as you will have them to do unto you. Love your neighbor
Yeah,
as you would yourself. So you
yeah,
won't want anybody to put anything negative about you. So don't
Yeah.
right,
do that. And it's like,
yeah,
and you see a lot of stuff, and a lot of stuff comes from, I hate to say it, a lot of stuff because I have a lot of church folk following me. So I see all that stuff, and they talk negative other church members, other churches, and all that kind of stuff. And it's
yeah.
like we should be here to build one another up. This is how
Yeah.
we impact the world through
Yes.
positive social media posts.
You know what I
Absolutely.
do? When I see that, especially with people that I know, that I
Mhm.
love, I turn it around. So, oh, you are so much loved. Say, and if you see something, maybe they unchurched right now, so you're doing a good job. You're doing
Mhm.
a good job. Say, we don't want to air our dirty linen like that. Now you got www. The whole world sees
That's
dirty
right.
linen. They don't
Yeah.
want to see that. So, as a missionary from the heart, you're going to see that and reach out and counterattack that with something good.
And I
That's
And
see
right.
then you know what they
Can
say?
I
I
say
love you,
something?
cousin. I love you, cousin.
This is totally off topic, but we can just get back on.
okay.
Tori told me, and this is something how Patrice Johnson is on. Tori just told me today, she was like, Ma, you look like Patrice Johnson. Thank you. And she popped up.
Okay.
So, hi,
That's so funny.
Patrice.
Yes, it's good. So listen, now
That's
I also
funny.
want to talk about when we talk about social media
Mm.
platforms. You have different, like you were saying, we have Clubhouse that has positive
Oh,
stuff,
yeah.
teach you the word of God. You know what I mean? So and not only the word of God, but guess what? There are other clubhouses that will teach you about finances, how to budget in your
Yes,
money,
they
life
do, man.
coaches, vision
Right,
coaches, how to put your business plan together. Like it's so
Yes.
much
right.
stuff out there that we can tap into that will
Yeah.
help us. And that's
Yes.
Yes.
how, and they're impacting the world because when you're on Clubhouse, I was on a Clubhouse before, right? And they were all over. It was people from Africa, from the
Mhm.
Yes.
UK, like from like all over the world. So
Hmm.
Like
imagine
England.
that positive impact that you
Yeah.
have when you're good. Because some people
Mhm.
like, I don't have no time for that. Well, you do because you're what do you call it? You're having a positive
Mhm.
impact on the whole. You don't know who you're touching. Like
That's
even with
so
our
true.
show, we don't know who we're touching. People come on
Right.
Yeah.
and they be like, "Yeah, I really needed this," but you don't know. So take the time out. People say, "I don't want no social media. Ain't nothing but on there but trash." Yeah, but if you get on there, it will be less
Put something
trash.
positive.
You will
Right.
Right.
put something positive out there. So if a
Yeah.
lot of
Absolutely.
positive people get on there, then we can eliminate the trash.
And
Yeah.
it's
Right.
so
And you know,
easy. You don't have to catch an airplane to go where they are.
Right.
Right from your bedroom, your
Yeah.
office, your
and
kitchen.
you
That's
know,
right.
and you know what, with Clubhouse, like on your when you set up your profile, you
Yeah.
can put on there what type of things you are interested
Right.
in, and that will come up on your feed.
Oh,
So just you don't just get on there, you can if you want to, but if you want to be more intentional, and
This
you
is a word
want
for the day.
you like certain
Mhm.
topics or something like that, like you were talking about finances, or
yeah.
you need help with um domestic, not domestic violence, but
Right.
domestic, how to
Yeah.
clean and how to take care of your house and take care of your
Exercise.
family, stuff
Yeah.
like that, right?
Yeah,
So you can put those
absolutely.
things
Yeah.
in on Clubhouse on your profile, and they will send those types of um podcasts on
Yeah.
your
Right.
feed.
And
Like
then some of
messages.
them might share the same hobbies, that you share, and then
Yes.
you can
You
jump
get
on
on
those type
there
of
and
platforms.
Yes. And
yeah.
Absolutely.
you're building your community. When you start
Impacting the
doing that,
world. Yes.
yes. You're
Yes.
building your
Absolutely.
community. People that you don't know. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Come on, get out the box. Come on, y'all.
Yes.
There's so many
Absolutely.
people that's
And you
out
don't have to stay
there.
on there all day
Yes.
long, but it's
Yes.
like
You don't have
you're a
Absolutely.
to.
musician. You can find a clubhouse, a musician clubhouse. If you
Yes.
Yes.
want to, like Patrice is an excellent songwriter. I mean,
Yes.
you go there and they have songwriter rooms. Like it's like whatever
Absolutely.
area you need. I'm a
Yeah.
puzzler.
Right. And
Yeah.
It's
then
like
if you
whatever.
write,
Yeah, they have
publishers and
writers.
writers,
Mm-hmm.
all of
Yeah.
those, you can find them as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that's good
Yeah.
Absolutely.
resources. And when you say community involvement, that's one of our next topics, Mom. What do you have to say
Oh,
about community involvement
Well,
so
in the
I
good.
just
world?
I used to volunteer as a school as a substitute teacher. I didn't get paid for it. Whatever came up with whatever school my kids were in, I was there with my presence as a school monitor, a cafeteria aide, uh, substitute teaching. They let me carry my two babies with me and sit in
Mm,
the classroom. And then also I joined the PTA, was the secretary of PTA. Being involved, and that helps your kid a lot too, your children. Mom is coming, so we're gonna behave ourselves. It really helps. And then also when they gave us material like school supplies,
yeah.
twice I went to school and we sat in the school parking lot and gave us supplies. And then we had companies, a job gave me a whole van load of brand new school supplies. So we took
Mm,
pictures. So I just made, and guess what? Went to the zoos with the children, with the petting zoo, watched the goat eat somebody's name tag off the coat. Don't get too close. And we just had fun. And,
Yeah.
and, uh,
Yeah.
and it helps you too with your energy, because if you dragging, you're gonna have to put a pep in your step to keep up with these kids, and they think you come on, let's do this, let's do that. So you do a lot in the school system, and you can, even with our churches, we've even adopted some of the students in that school. So
yeah.
we were able to give them things. We met one of the parents, so you can really be involved with school
Absolutely.
activities.
Yeah, so that's
It's
what I was
really
going to ask, Mom, because I know a lot of things have changed, and I heard just recently, even with PTA meetings, they don't have them like
I
they used
know.
to
Right.
back in the day, where you can, have a voice and give your opinion or whatever. So, I mean, how can you do that today? How can you make an impact in the school today? I heard you say something about you can adopt a school, but how can you do that today?
Well, you call the office and they'll give you a representative, to talk to you, and they would get some parents and all, and then you used to go sit in the back of the classrooms in the school and observe what they're doing.
I don't know if you can do that now. This stuff different.
It
So
is
Wanda,
different.
you had your hand
I
up.
was my
Yeah.
Oh,
Tish was
sorry.
about
Well,
to say something else.
I was also thinking like I know we don't have any more on this line. We don't have little kids in school or anything, right? But when we did, our children have friends, and so you might not can go into school, but you can have something at your house that's positive. You can do a team building thing with
That's
your
good.
children's friends. You know what I'm saying, and
Hmm.
show them how to be positive. So
Right.
y'all out there in virtual land, if y'all have those young kids like elementary, middle school, high school, like CC Winans, she started her church in her home because her son brought all of his college students, his friends, to her house, and then they ran out of room.
Wow.
They were having Bible study. And so when you have
Wow.
that husband and wife, that's why it's so important for that family dynamic too, that family
Yeah.
circle, and
Mhm.
to be on the same page, be on
Mhm.
one
Yeah.
accord,
Yes.
and not to be unequally yoked. not only like being saved, but unequally yoked, like having the same mindset. So
Yeah.
Right.
one person like this and the other one don't like children, they're not going to let children come over the house. You know what I'm saying? So make sure when you do find your mate, I don't know why I'm going here. First of
Uh-oh,
all,
uh-oh, uh-oh.
That's where the
No,
Holy Ghost
no.
kicks in.
Go ahead.
but that's when you have friction in the marriage and in the home where you're not on the same rhythm and not on the same page. So when you're
Mm.
dating, that's what you look for. Do you like
Right.
children? Do you like this? Are you an outreach person?
Mm.
You know, and so I'd say all that about bringing children to your
Mm.
house. That's
Yes,
so
yes.
important to impact the
Mm.
world because their friends would tell their parents probably like, this is
Yeah.
what I learned at such and such house. Her
Yeah.
parents did this, his parents did this, and this.
Absolutely.
And you can read a book with them, you can do games with them, and have like
Absolutely.
a fun day with your children's friends.
And then
Yeah.
you have
Right.
cookouts. You have cookers in your backyard. Play
Oh,
badminton. Play stuff like that.
And you can even involve yourself with the parents. You know, you can have,
yes,
game night with
Mm.
the parents. I used to do
that's
that when I
good.
lived in Indiana.
Yeah.
I would go over to the parents' house, and we would
Yeah.
play games and stuff. We would sing and all of that. But I was thinking about being involved. Go to school board meetings,
Yeah.
have a
Mhm.
voice that way and listen to concerns, listen to parents' concerns. There's a lot
Mhm.
of parents because they don't have that voice in the schools anymore, but in the school board, you
Yeah.
hear all of the parents, all their concerns.
And
You might
Mhm.
even hear some of the students' concerns, and if you have an HOA, go get on the HOA board,
I like
in your
that.
community.
Yeah.
And,
All
and,
That's
you
what I
know,
was thinking.
yeah, they have.
because
They have the. Mhm.
we had a Zoom meeting during COVID, in our community with our HOA. We had a Zoom meeting,
Yeah.
and we met some of the neighbors and stuff that way, And
Okay.
so get involved that way in your community. Do some good things, like that.
And take on leadership roles too. I know it's
I
one
tell
of
you what we
but if
did.
you take
Yeah.
like
Oh,
We
leadership
used to.
roles, I know you don't have time, but if you want things to change, you got to be a leader. I told somebody
that's
before,
Yeah.
I was
so
like, if you want stuff to change, you
Yeah.
got to be a leader. You got to own it. Then you
I
can
had a
bring the change.
Mhm.
I had
yes.
a friend who was over on the like the president of the HOA board. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? And
Wow.
they can get some things done.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can when you go to those meetings and stuff, you can get nominated for stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then it also opens up your mind. It opens up your brain, open
Yeah.
up your understanding, and it gets you out of the box.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's very important, and then you can bring, your point of view as well.
Yeah,
It's
and
very important to be
in these
involved.
community meetings, you get to meet so many people, police officers,
Yeah.
lawyers, and the
That's so true.
president of our meeting, we had once a month, we had the mayor to come, the lady mayor, we used the auditorium of the church, and then and the lady that was the president passed away, a young woman. So
Mm.
on that Saturday, her daughter came looking for me, and she says, "Mom told me whatever's left in my banking account, give it to you."
Wow.
And so she had the check, and so of course we made it out to the church.
Was it
And we,
$5? Because she probably took everything out and was like, I'm gonna leave
You
no,
five.
know
it
what?
wasn't like that.
Thanks.
No, but kind of meeting, they had like luncheons and stuff like that out of that money. So she had over $1,000 left over,
Okay.
and they turned it over to me. And so because
And
you
Wow.
why you turn it over to the church and not build it up and put
yeah,
it into the
and then
community?
they had two meetings
I was just
downtown
ignored me.
where they invited they gave us certificates too for
Okay.
working in the community. Dad and I
Right,
did three
right.
times a week, so
Wow.
we can make an impact in our little
Absolutely.
way.
And guess what I was thinking? Like, and not Mel, you were talking about the PTA meetings, but guess what else they have? Like, if y'all have children in school, the
What?
parents can be involved with the sports and give
That's
out
true.
snacks and come
Oh,
to the
I
Yeah,
remember
basketball.
those days,
I'm just
that's
Jesus.
right.
saying
Yes.
to be
I
involved.
too.
And
I do too.
Yeah.
then
Be
when you're
involved.
involved, the children respect you. Like, oh, here come Miss
Uh
such
Yeah,
and
huh.
they
such
do.
coming. You know what I
They,
mean? And
yep,
they'll straighten up if they see
Uh
you
huh.
coming around
they
because they
will.
respect you. So we
Yeah.
have to get involved, and that's how we impact the
It's
world.
easy.
Yeah.
When
It's
Yes.
you
easy.
change the
Especially if
Yeah.
you bring
children,
the
you
especially if
change
you
the
bring
world.
the best snacks.
And you know what? It lasts for years because
Hmm.
It relationship.
They
even
remember.
after I was, doing that when Ronald was in school,
Yeah,
his friends are older, like in their 30s or whatever, and they
right.
still give me respect. They
Yeah.
Wow.
still, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because
Oh
I,
yeah.
I left an impact on
Yeah.
them because I helped at those um practices and
Mhm.
all of that kind of stuff. So it carries
Yeah.
along, your life for a lifetime
That
when
I
you do
tell.
that.
I
Absolutely.
agree. She said there are so many ways to leave a positive impact.
That's right.
And I just
Yes.
think
Yes.
it's time
Yes,
for
that's
us
right.
Let's
to
be
get up and do it.
And
Like
I,
let's be
we pray.
positive.
Somebody said, then somebody told me the other day, Mel, she was like, y'all prayed enough. Just go do it. You don't got to pray no more.
Amen.
Praying for years. Just get up and
Amen.
do it. And,
Do
and my
something.
and my thing is, and once you do it, you'll be surprised how many doors open. But while you just
Yeah,
sitting there
oh my
idle,
goodness.
not doing anything, you'll be like,
that's
well, ain't
right.
nobody, and no doors are opening. No one is doing such and such. Well, I tell you, when you get out there and these suggestions that we giving y'all,
Right, right,
doors are
right.
going to start opening
That's
because
right.
the government wants help. They
That's
want
right.
Yeah,
help getting those criminals off the street.
they
So let's
Yeah.
get them
do.
before they become criminals. While they're
Mhm.
Absolutely.
young, before they become a criminal, then you can change
Yeah.
their life. Impact, that's how you impact the world.
You know
Yes,
what? They
absolutely.
will help you do it. Who's going to help you do nothing? Will you help me? Well, what you doing? Nothing. They're going to help you do nothing. They're
That's
going to help
right.
you do
It's
nothing.
easy to help
But if
people.
they see you doing something, you're going to have so much. I
Yeah,
That's
mean,
right.
new stuff with tags on it, designer stuff.
Yes,
And you don't have to ask for
absolutely.
anything. You have so
Right.
much. You have to turn it away. A
Yeah.
house of
Yeah.
good furniture because they see you doing something.
Yeah.
Right.
and people need help. Like I know I was trying to get Sharice on here, but I couldn't get her on here. She's kind of busy. But she had the family to family. Now I think is I something Detroit. I want to say the wrong thing, but she had family to family where they gave stuff to the Katrina people that came
Mm.
over to Michigan. And while we're
Okay.
doing that, I'm going to find that video, guys, so we can show it. It was really, it's a short video, and it
Okay.
talked about how she and her family impact Detroit.
Wow. Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm gonna see if I can find that
That's some
video.
good stuff. Absolutely.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And Tawanda was talking about I guess helping out, like being a caregiver and stuff like
Mhm.
that, but you can also volunteer.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
There are a lot of volunteering opportunities where
Yes,
you
there are
can
now.
Yeah.
go out and find them.
Mhm.
Go online or something, or call them up, because I'm telling you, even on Clubhouse, if you put
Yeah.
down there that you're interested in volunteering in charities, I'm sure a topic
Mhm.
is going to come across about how can you volunteer somewhere.
Exactly.
But you
Yes.
Yeah.
find out some parents are very careful about their children. They don't want to be
Mhm.
exposed to stuff, but they would love doing that. They would love it.
Yeah.
Even working in nursing homes, because you know what, y'all wasn't held back from anything. You went in nursing homes as children. You sang at funerals as little children, and you was
We didn't
okay
know.
with it. You were okay with it. You
Yeah.
had to be anyway, because where we went, y'all had to go.
We
That's
have
right. If we weren't
Yeah.
okay with it, you made sure we were okay with it.
Yeah. And I
But
know
yeah.
some jobs will have that,
Oh,
opportunity where you can volunteer your time and
mhm.
Yeah.
energy and all of that kind of stuff.
yeah, we were
Just check it
talking.
out. Check it
And
out, man.
Y'all
There's
and
stuff
need.
that's
out
what
there.
Ignoring
that's
those
what I do.
emails that say we're going to do Habitat for Humanity and we're going to clean the neighborhood and
Oh,
Yeah.
even the heart walk. You're helping people with heart conditions.
yeah.
Yeah,
We have
yeah.
that coming up, and I wanted my sisters to do it, and it's in November. Mel, we did it before, and I want to
Tisha,
know
Okay.
if we
Tisha,
could.
we
You
walked
know,
in Washington before with autism. Remember we had the
That's
autism
where the
walk?
heart walk is the same thing at the National Harbor.
wow.
So I
Mhm.
found families to family guys. So give me 1 second, y'all. It's 5 minutes, so it's not that long. Give me one
Okay.
second. Let me add this. Uh-oh.
Can't hear.
I
Yeah,
know.
no
Hear your
sound.
sound.
Wait a minute. Okay. Hold on. Let me go here. I don't know why it's not. What is
Did
Yeah,
you
I
share
still
going?
don't hear
sound?
anything.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Still not.
Did you hit share sound?
Okay, here we go. Yep. All right, give me 1 second. Here we go. Do it again. Yeah. Can you hear it?
I think so.
Mm, I think you stopped it.
All
It's
right. Yeah.
frozen. No.
Oh, we did hear it at first. Nope.
Okay, wait a minute. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm sorry. Give me one
Yeah.
second.
But Mel was talking about volunteering. I just went and started looking for things, to volunteer for.
Mm,
And this was like when I lived in Indiana, it was this building not too far from my house. So I was able to just walk, to this building, and I found a building where they house battered women, you know
mm,
and so I was able to
Yeah.
sit in and do different things for them. They had all kind of chores and stuff that they had to do, and you could help feed, pass out food for them and their children,
mm-hmm,
and I was watching the door, making sure anybody just wasn't going to come in,
Hmm.
and sometimes when people would come and ring the bell, if they didn't show their faces, you just ignored them. You have
okay.
to look up and show your face so we can see, who's there and
Mhm.
what's going
Yeah.
on,
Yeah.
and then I would answer the phones, and you get all kinds of, phone
Mhm.
calls, people trying to be tricky and stuff, and trying to find out, if this person is here, and then you couldn't say any of that stuff, to them and everything. So it was a good opportunity, to
Mhm.
involve yourself, volunteer, look for things. Like Mel
Mhm.
was saying, go online. Well, back then we had the newspaper. We could look in the newspaper, but you can find newspapers online. Go online, look for places to volunteer
Yeah.
in
There are
your community.
places. There are
And if
places.
you can't stay
Yes,
there, well, I would go there and just drop off clothes, something
they're
like that.
looking for people.
You,
They're
you
looking
can't
for
just
people
drop
to
off
Yes,
clothes
volunteer.
if
Let
you
me see if
can't
Yeah.
stay.
let me
are.
see if it works this time. I did hit share sound.
Okay.
All right, so
Let's
Hello, I'm
see.
Cherise Saylor, founder of the Family to Family Foundation of Michigan. After the levees broke from Hurricane Katrina, late one night I was watching the images that were released from CNN, and I thought, Lord, if that was me, if that was my children, would somebody help me? My sister and I began to cry out to the community to help families who had moved to Michigan after Hurricane Katrina. Quickly, I realized there were many Michigan natives suffering in my own backyard, and they too needed our help.
It just so happens that a family next door to me was in need, and I didn't realize she was staying there, but she was a family relocated from Mississippi. She needs things. Her kids were sleeping on the floor on top of blankets and comforters. And when I heard about your program, it's a prayer that had been answered for me because I had been praying for it. This young lady has nothing. Like, she's cooking on a hot plate. She has
Mm,
a little small compact refrigerator that's on loan from her church. That's what she's using at the present time. She does have 5 children and a brother that's living with her at the time. I was just glad to hear that somebody is reaching out to other families because it is a need in the city of Detroit. Some people don't realize it is, but it is there. But I would like to thank the program for allowing them to come in and help them with simple things as a roll of toilet paper. People don't understand that people don't have that. And
wow.
this program is reaching out, and I'm really, really happy about that.
Family to family.
Oh,
It's so good to me.
oh.
Where everybody else failed me. I live here in Detroit.
That's,
When my house burned down, no one
mm-mm-mm.
helped me.
Lord
They
have
just
mercy.
kept passing the buck
Mm,
until our family to family.
Mm,
I had no coat, cold. I got a coat.
mm,
And I love family to family.
Working with family to family, it has changed my life to make me a better person. Um, think about others besides myself and not be concerned with my needs being met, but making sure other people's needs are met and that they have the resources they need for just the basic necessities in life.
When I became involved with Family to Family and realized that support for this type of organization is very, very important to the welfare of the people connected with us. The people should realize that these nonprofit organizations do a tremendous amount of work to help all the people of the cities, especially the children and the young families.
I feel that the business is the focal point. The business is the nucleus of the community. And just as a business expect the members of the community to come out and give their time and give their effort to make them successful, I think that the business also has an obligation to give back. They set the stage. They create the momentum for the community to start giving. And giving is what it's all about. Family to family is about helping one family, helping another family.
Your continued
So
support
good.
of Family to Family helps to empower us to change lives in our community. To date, we have helped over 600 families in the past 18 months.
Wow.
And we are proud to say that this has been through your donations, your contributions, the time of our volunteers coming from our heart. Today, we are asking you to give into the Family to Family Foundation so that we may create a center where children that are underserved can come and receive help, ACT, SAT, nutritional, fitness, computer enrichment, job training, that they may become viable contributors in our community. We thank you from the bottom of our heart, and we know that one heart, one passion, one family at a time can change the world.
That
Yes.
was beautiful.
So what I
Tremendous,
so now
tremendous.
they changed the name to like Detroit, something about Detroit, but I got to get the name of it. But now we're helping out with this town in the Dominican Republic called the Shanty Town, where they have a lot of orphans and all that kind of stuff. So we will be given to that town. We will put that information, in our description if y'all would like to donate or and to give, because we're trying to impact the world. We are trying to
World.
Yeah.
the world. And when I looked at it, I was like, oh my goodness, Mom, that's what we want to do. We
Yeah.
literally want to do that kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
and we were talking about resume development and getting people ready to get jobs and stuff and just
Yeah.
empowering people. You give somebody some good clothes, some new, not even new clothes, but some nice clothes,
Nice clothes.
change their outlook. It changes
Yeah.
their hearts, their state of mind and everything. And
Mhm.
so we're here. We want to impact the world, you know.
Yeah.
But it
And you
starts with us.
and you
That's
know
right.
what? It's not even, you don't even have to give a whole lot, because I was listening to one of the ladies that was speaking. She's like, toilet paper. You never know how much toilet paper will mean to somebody
Yeah.
who lost everything.
Yes.
Just something small.
Yeah.
The thing is, we need to find out what the need is. We
Right.
need to find out what the need is and do what we can to meet the need.
Yeah.
I was thinking about, the people that's in Florida right now.
Yeah.
A lot of their homes are washed out, and things like that. There are resources out there. Red Cross, is it Red Cross? I think it is
Mm.
Red Cross.
It's
Mhm.
Red
Red
Cross.
Cross.
Yes, and Red Cross, they do stuff nationwide as well. So we can reach out to them and see what we can do to help. When you go grocery shopping, get a couple more things, that
Yeah.
you don't need, so you can give to somebody else. Don't
Right.
just clear the shelf off and just be
Right.
selfish and just have the stuff for yourself because somebody out there is in need.
I
Uh,
was I
Right.
was thinking about a lot of the churches too. They go to those areas to help out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know Joyce Meyer at one time, I forgot what storm it was, but she's had like 2 and 3 truckloads, like 18 wheelers
mhm.
going for stuff, going into, and then they don't only drop the truck off, but then they go there as well to help, and
Mm-hmm.
it's
Yeah,
like
we do
we
too.
gotta do
Mhm.
Exactly.
something.
We
We
do
You know,
too.
Yeah.
do
Mhm.
and I
something.
was just thinking about, like, when you're watching the news and you see like stuff that happens here, right here in Baltimore,
Yeah.
Yeah.
people losing their homes, like people's homes exploding, explosions happening,
Yeah.
Yeah.
people's homes catching on fire,
Right.
and
Yeah.
stuff like that. What can we do? We should be able to do something, for
Yeah.
even those people.
Yeah.
They're local.
Yeah.
I just thought about that just now. When
Yeah.
I'm watching the news, let's
Mhm.
impact that
Yeah.
way.
Mhm.
Let's go reach somebody,
That's
let's
so
pour
good.
into somebody,
And I used
you
to
know.
say,
So
because
good.
we do give, if everybody give like a $1, if a million people give $1, that's $1 million.
A million
That's
people
right.
give me $1.
Yeah, a dollar a week. I mean, from 100
No,
people,
I'm saying, yeah, and you can get that warehouse because we
it's better
do
than
get
nothing
that
at all.
warehouse
Yeah.
so we can like give back into the community and so on. I was also thinking about impacting the world, like when people lose their children to murder and stuff.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Go there and find out where they are and go and minister to these
Good.
people because it's like we look at 'em and some people say, yeah, but they shouldn't be on the street. But that's a mother, that's a
That's so true.
father, that's a sibling,
Right.
you know what I mean? That's out
Yeah.
there. That's a
hmm
son, that's a daughter. So we
hmm
can't be as saints, we can't be so heartless that we say, well, they shouldn't have been selling drugs, live by the sword, die by the sword. You know what I
No.
mean? And that's sometimes you hear that. And we
Yeah.
have to stop separating ourselves from this world and from life and
Mm.
impact the world, come out of ourselves. And like
But
I said,
we
Right.
have the opportunity to
be
do much
selfless.
better. We can, but when you hear it and the neighbors used to come to your vacation Bible school and stuff,
Yeah,
you take that card, go
yeah,
to that funeral, go to that home,
Yeah.
make yourself
Yeah.
known.
yeah.
Be a
Yeah.
committee of one. Sometimes you can't wait for people to come with you.
So true.
Right.
Make a
Right.
committee of one, and
Yeah,
that's an
That's right.
impact right there.
yeah.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
Melanie has something she does, and I used to work with my job like that too. That campaign thing we do
Yeah.
once a year.
CFC.
That
CFC.
was a good thing that we did. Mel still is involved in it.
Yeah.
Where you give all year round.
Yes.
You get you get it so much coming out of your pay, and sometimes the ones that made the most gave the least. So don't look at somebody that's rich with
Mm,
yachts and stuff, climbing mountains and stuff. They
Mhm.
gave the least. The little people will have something taken out like every week,
Yep.
every other week, every pay to
Right.
make an impact. So they had
Yep.
something going on a whole year where they could look forward to
And
coming out of it.
and get out of your bed. Like
Yes.
somebody might be, oh man, like you getting a phone call like 3 o'clock in the morning and somebody needs you 3 o'clock in the morning. Get out of your
Get
bed.
out of
You
your
know,
bed.
don't
comfort
be
zone.
so
Yeah.
selfish. Go see what they need.
Yeah.
I remember getting a call from somebody, and the person that called me didn't even live in the state where I'm living. But the one lady did live in. She was in on college campus at the state, where I was living,
Mm-hmm.
and just go help them out. Don't
Yeah.
say no. Just
Oh
go
Yeah.
yeah.
help them out. We are
Yeah.
supposed to have a heart like God's. Somebody
Yes.
wrote full of compassion. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
compassion is seeing a need and meeting the
Meeting the
need that
need.
we can. That's the heart of God, full of
Yeah.
compassion. Meeting that need if we have it to do.
And
Yeah.
that's the
That's what.
beauty of being connected to people that's on the same page as you,
Mhm.
being equally yoked together.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is the beauty of it. But you want to make that when you say we're going, they're up and ready to go too.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I
That's
mean,
right.
somebody that's not, oh no, let them call their aunt. No. What about their children? No, 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 none of that.
We
None of
have to
that.
do it. We have
Up
to
and
do
out.
this.
Be like do you remember the Minutemen during that war?
Mm,
The Minutemen, they were ready in a minute.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
history. Hmm
And so,
That's
and
right.
also, I know we got a couple more minutes left, but being a positive role model, being a positive role
Yes.
model in your community.
Oh my gosh.
I can get along with my neighbors and I'm laying them out. Be a positive role
Please,
model. Be the one to
please.
extinguish the fire. This,
Yeah.
Yeah.
be that one to put out,
Mm.
what I'm saying? Be that nice person. Even if your neighbor is nasty, get over there and give them some cake or something. You know what I mean? Not putting a
Yeah.
poison in it, y'all. I promise you don't do that. But I'm saying just be that for them. And sometimes when your neighbor is being nasty and then they go through something, they'd be surprised. You knocking on the door was like, I heard you've been through da 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 da. What can I do to help you?
hmm
A
Yeah.
lot of
Right.
times we go in
Exactly.
our house and don't even know who the neighbor is. Like, oh, these
hmm
people get on my nerves. And it's like,
Yeah.
that's not godly.
Yeah.
You know what I see,
Yeah.
Tisha?
Hey, Karen.
Sometimes when so many people get on your nerve, it's because we're the one getting on everybody's nerves.
Hey,
We are the
Karen.
one put the
Yeah.
flashlight on the inside. How come everybody's messing with me all the time? It's me
Mm.
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So we be that like that positive role model.
Yes.
Positive. You
Yeah,
know, when people
Jesus,
bring
the
you negative,
positive
turn it
speak.
around and make it
that's
positive.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
When I was just talking to somebody just the other day, and I
Yeah.
was like, when somebody bring you something that's negative, don't jump on their bandwagon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Turn that
Yes.
thing around. Say, well, look
Yeah.
at it this
That's
way,
right.
and look, don't jump on the bandwagon of
Yeah.
negativity.
Yeah.
Make it positive.
Yes.
Somebody said,
And
turn
yet,
that frown upside down.
sometimes they would want you to ask them for help too. If you go to the supermarket, I dare not ask anybody, can you show me? They got the whole store trying to help me. And listen here, a long conversation, I gotta go. So I gotta be careful. They just like honey and flies or mosquitoes coming
But
to
you
honey or
have to
something.
That's
be like
funny.
that's a fruit. That's one of the fruits, kindness
Yeah.
and love.
That's
Yes.
And that shows whether you have the Holy Spirit or not. He said you
every
know them by the fruit that they bear. Like what kind
Yeah.
of fruit are we displaying? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
that reminds me of the time when I was working in a department store. It was so funny. This lady came in the store. She was an older woman, and she came in there with her son. Her son was, I guess he was married or whatever. And so he was like, "Oh, can you help my mom? Because she
That's
wants to
good.
find this outfit or whatever." So I helped her find an outfit, and she wanted me to help her find the shoes. Wanted me to help her find the jewelry. She wanted, oh no.
You know
And
what?
she wanted to wanted me to help her in the dressing room. I was like, oh no, no, no. But I did. I was laughing the whole time. But it was funny to me because she wanted me to find her whole entire outfit, her accessories and
Wow.
everything else. I thought that was so funny. But I helped her.
You
And her
know
son
what?
was so
Karen said
grateful.
that was so sweet. And
You know,
mom, and the thing about it, even when I was with my mother-in-law, she had me going into these people homes, and I'm gonna tell you something, their homes didn't really smell that good, but then you go in there and you helping them like I was like a little missionary, man. I'm following my mother-in-law, and she going these the older people, homes and stuff, the mothers of the church, and like, come over here and help me. And then they so sweet, they were like, you need help with anything? Well, can you just help me like count? My grandma would say, can you help me just count these pennies or something like that? But it's like, but you are there to assist them in whatever they need.
yeah.
And we
Right.
need to do that again because you still have the older people, because the middle-aged people are now the older people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we
Exactly.
might be
That's
middle-aged now. And so
Yeah.
and we need to teach our children to do it. Take our
that's
children
true.
to the soup kitchen. Take our
Absolutely.
children out there on Christmas morning or
Right.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, y'all do that.
Them how to
Mhm.
give.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true.
Sometimes our children are kind of selfish because we're not teaching them how to give.
Yeah.
We're not
Hello.
teaching how to give. Come on now.
Hello.
Yeah,
Absolutely. What
yeah.
did somebody say? We are supposed to be the lights of the world, not the drama.
Yes. I love it.
Love it.
Hey. Yes.
Uh-huh.
I love it.
Absolutely. Yeah, teach those babies how to serve.
Yes.
We were taught how to serve when we were
Yeah.
younger.
Yeah.
We were
Yeah.
taught how to serve. And and I try to pour that into my children. You're gonna wear this black and white and you're gonna serve at this event, because that's how I was taught to serve.
Yes.
Wear
Yes.
this. Well, I don't have. Well, you're gonna wear this then. Well, wear my outfit. Put on something. You
I,
gonna put
re-
on something because you're gonna be serving.
I
And then,
remember
Yes.
go
I
ahead,
was
Mom.
12 when I got saved. I was 12 and I did everything. I remember I was waiting tables and they had a little room for all the preachers and then they gave me the preachers. I had a cup of coffee filled to the brim. I knew nothing but serving and spilled the coffee in the back of this preacher's collar and it went and turned his collar brown. I just walked right. I didn't even say
Yeah.
excuse me.
Don't
I
do
turned around
that. That's not impact. That's not impact.
but you know what? Yes.
Mm-mm.
You know what? I went right back until I got it right. I
Wait a
got
minute,
it.
I got it, Mom, real quick. Brenda said, Mom Farmer is the best role model. Love y'all.
Oh, thank you, thank
She really is, though. She really is. So it's
Right.
like,
Yes.
oh, and
Right.
she said, wait a minute. What time did the session? Oh, it started at 6:00. So we're on
Yes.
Yes.
Every
Friday.
Friday.
Yeah.
Every Friday at 6:00.
Yeah.
And if
Thank
you
you
guys
so
out
much.
there have a topic you all want us to discuss, put it
Yes.
in the chat. We'll
Yes.
Absolutely.
review
Yeah,
it.
we were just thinking about. I know we got one more minute. We were just saying, how can we impact the world?
Yeah.
How do we
Yeah.
get out of ourselves and just impact the world and put
Yeah.
our stuff aside.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Because whatever
Absolutely.
we have enough. Like when I went to the area, I was like, and the children, they're like they're selfish and they're complaining and stuff. That's all I have to eat. And I was thinking about these children with no electricity, with no
Mm.
with minimum water, limited water, and they sitting up here and they happy just for a little thing of lotion. And they smile and they like
Mm.
gracias and they like thank you so much. Like we gave them $1 million. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
so that kind of like hit my heart. It was like we gotta, empower each other to go
Yeah.
out and be the light. Like she was saying, we
Yeah.
gotta be the salt.
Yeah.
The Bible
Be
said,
the
"Be the
light.
salt and the
Absolutely.
light in
Mhm.
this
Yeah.
world."
And
With
you know
love,
what?
we
All
gotta
of that,
love people.
that's right. That's what I was going to say.
We
That's
gotta
the
love.
greatest of all is love.
We gotta
That's
love
You're
so
people.
showing
true.
people
Absolutely.
need love.
Yes,
That's
you gotta
right.
love
They
people.
need the
Absolutely.
world
Genuine
needs
love. Yeah.
love.
Mhm.
Thank
Yes.
you so
Absolutely.
much for tuning
Let's
in to
show
another
love.
Oh,
episode of Chilling with the Girls.
Yes.
Impact
yes.
the world. And so if
Impact
you're
the
just coming
world.
on, you can rewind this and listen to it from the beginning. It was like it's
Yes.
really good. And go out and be a difference. And like what's become say, be a change maker. Be a change.
Yes.
Be a change. That's what Miles Monroe.
A change
Be a
agent.
change agent
Agent of
in the
Yes.
change.
world. Be an agent of
That
change.
is right.
Mhm.
Love you guys. We
Absolutely.
got another. I'm gonna get this out. Okay.
Love you guys.
She said, "Good night, everyone."
Okay. Good
Good
night,
night,
Tori.
Good night.
Tori.